Welcome back. Here's our second Utah Business Spotlight for the week.
Well, welcome back. This is Mark Hunter again, and I'm here today with Conrad Kolba. Is that right?
Conrad Kolba, yep.
And you're with Painting1 by Colstar. So, Conrad, tell me a little bit about your company and what you do, and maybe a little bit of what sets you apart from, because there's lots of painting contractors out there.
I have been painting since I've been about 14. My dad had a bunch of properties that I was his slave for, and he would say, go fix that, go do this, and I kind of gravitated towards the painting because it was easy, and I got pretty good at it fairly quickly. We have been running our own painting business since about 1997. Through a couple of different names, but we've landed with Painter1 right now, Painter1 by Colstar. We primarily do residential repaints.
So is this like single-family homes?
Single-family homes, exactly, yeah.
Okay.
The insides,
they just want you to come in and redo things that they've...
Exactly.
Okay.
They're looking at their house and say, you know what, it looks like it needs a paint job, so we come in and we put in a coat of paint on it, or if they want to sell the house, or if they're getting it ready for a renter or something like that, or if they've just bought a house. That's often where we're coming in, where or they've just bought the house and they want to make it their own.
Tell me what the differences are. I mean, you explained a little off air, but I'd like you, for our listeners, to help them understand what sets you apart, because there definitely are some distinguishing values.
Yep. It's almost an educational factor for the customer, because we explain things a lot as to why we do certain things, why this oil primer versus the latex primer, why this paint versus that paint, why we're doing this and then we do that and then we do this. So the customer is in the know of as to everything that we do and when we do it and why we do it. We found that most people don't understand what we do and why we're good at what we do, and why it only takes us a certain amount of time to paint a room, whereas it takes them, a day and a half or something. So we educate them at the same time as when we're painting. We also have very good procedures and processes through our business. So there are checks and balances throughout every single step of what we do. It's not just, okay, guys, here, go do the job, and they go do the job and they really don't know what's going on. We have specific walkarounds that we do with the customer, both before the project and after the project. We confirm colors with them. We go walk around with the painters to make sure that everybody's on the same page before starting.
And this is all documented.
It's all documented. And you'd be amazed at how many times the wrong room gets painted, or used to get painted before these processes were put into place. Or,
so your process is eliminated all down.
It eliminates a lot of frustration, a lot of confusion, and both on our side and also for the customer side. If you're not happy with the project, there's a reason, and we'll fix it before we get paid. And that's one of the checks and balances that we have, is what's called a punch list. At the end of every single job, the project foreman will walk around with the customer from room to room to room to room, or from the outside to make sure they'll look at everything that they can possibly look at to make sure that the customer is completely 100% satisfied. If they see anything, then we mark it down on the list, and we have somebody go and fix it. We bring the customer back, look, it's fixed, and they sign off on it. And once that punch list is fixed, then at that point, then we'd expect a payment, but not before that punch list is performed.
So what ensures your people are actually doing that communication, that proper communication?
I've actually got this little checklist that I give to every single one of our jobs, and it's called it's basically a checklist, and they're to call the customer every single day, at least once a day, just to give them an update as to where they're at, if they had run into any issues, if they're ahead of schedule, anything like that, any kind of update. There to give the customer, whether the customer's at the house or not, but it's a massive communication aspect that I feel is very, very important for that customer to know what's going on during the project.
Well, and it's hard to tell that to people up front so that they know that that's what you're going to supply for them, that communication. But 9 times out of 10, when someone's frustrated with a contractor, it's been my experience that it's because the communication has failed somewhere.
Yeah. So we've got our business set up well, that our guys understand the importance of customer service. All of them are very, they're well dressed. They're in their uniform. They all can communicate properly with you in the right languages. Another thing that sets us apart, though, is we've got a little estimating software that we've created, and whether you're in a $12,000 mansion or a $1,200 house, prices aren't going to change from this or that. And everything is budgeted accordingly. If you want me to paint this wall in this house or this wall in that house, it doesn't really matter. It's going to cost the same. And It's the customer really likes that because they can go in and I've labeled everything by the room. What this room is going to cost versus that room versus that room versus that room. So they can pick and choose, okay, I want to paint this room, I want to paint that room, not this room, but this room and this room. And I can easily say, or they can easily ask me, okay, I want to take out the ceilings. Take out the ceilings and the prices add up appropriately. Whereas if it's all done by, okay, I got this room's going to cost $400.
You have to go back and then rebid it, and it's just a big time-consuming process.
It's an impossibility. Yeah.
A lot of contractors, again, they're good maybe at what they do in construction, but they didn't necessarily start out as business folks.
Mm-hmm.
So they were working for another company. They did well at painting, let's say, and now all of a sudden they think they can start their own business, and now they're a business owner.
Yeah.
And so, what sets your company apart that way?
It's we understand our business very well. We understand how many leads we need on a weekly basis to be able to get to our sales values at the end of the month.
Well, and these are the types of things that we're trying to do as on this radio show and in our workshops, is we're trying to help people understand what it takes to be a good business person, and all the aspects. It doesn't just mean you're a good painter. It means you have to do 100 other things good as well.
Yeah. From my experience, there's basically 3 aspects of the business. 1 is the actual thing that you do, 2 is the marketing, and 3 is the financial side. But if you're able to put those 3 things together, you're going to have a viable business no matter what it is. Because if you're good at what you do, you're going to get, that's great, that's part of it. But if you can't market yourself to show people how good you are, it's not going to matter. If you can find people and then you make some money, but you're just going to blow it on a brand new truck or something like that, then you're not going to have the financial wherewithal to continue on with the circles, with the cycles of sales, to continue to market in your business or continue to invest in your business by marketing and have that cash flow to keep going with your business. And every single business, whether we like it or not, is cyclical.
All right. Well, Conrad, thank you for your time today, and appreciate you being on air with us, and good luck. Thank you.
Thank you.